Going live from the old homestead on the StreamYard. Always takes a little longer for folks to even get the memo, so I'll just wait. I talk to myself all day, and then when faced with it, I don't know what to say right now. If you hear any animal noises, it's because I live in a petting zoo. All right, love it. And I know people might watch this after the fact, so you don't want to sit around and wait. I have my router thingy plugged in for real this time, and it's still giving me the weird Wi-Fi signal. Oh, I see people. There we go. I don't know what you can hear, but my rabbit's being quite feisty right now over there. Simmer down, son. AKA the bread loaf because he looks like a bread loaf. And I would not normally ask, but I like to ask, especially on the old StreamYard. Could you send me a middle finger emoji, a heart, or something, and let me know that the damn thing is working? That would be groovy. I'll wait. Oh, oh, okay. All right. All right. Cool. Nothing? Come on, people. Maybe it's just slow. There we go. Hi, Fuzzy. Fuzzy's first. There we go. Cool. Um, oh, it's the usuals. I love it. I'm gonna forever remember you all when I have millions and millions of people subscribing and the chat's just flying. I'll forever remember you all. Nebraska. Hi, Robert. Cool. So I also challenge anybody that's lurking about that doesn't normally chat. Feel free to middle finger emoji or heart emoji or something. What? Oh, my chair loves you too, Tim. That's grandma's chair. Hi, Daniel. I see you often, and I don't know why. I think it's because you have such a long name. I don't just say hi and then Daniel. I'm like Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Okay. Why are we here? Because we're not downtown at the old Sacktown, the Mactown, Barry, and Becktown, not ideal org. I went over to the police stations here are so weird, and I've been wanting to go to the main one that I need to be going to. I've been wanting to go there for weeks, but it's so far away. And usually I just want to get downtown and back. Like that's enough for me in a day. But to go all the way past downtown, south to the station, I just haven't done it. Hi, Serenity now. And so today I was actually I felt the spirit move me to the closer station, even though I didn't think they were gonna be helpful. But the Sac PD, so we have like Sacramento City Police, and then we have unincorporated areas of Sacramento County, which the sheriff usually covers. But then there's also a few that have their own police. Anyway, the police that come to the downtown Not Ideal org are from the Central Division SAC PD, and they have like 3 or 4 locations, but only 2 are open to the public. The central location where the cops from showing up at the org are coming from is not open to the public. Whatever. Okay. So I went to the closest one and hoped. It was as eventful as I pretty much expected it to be. And I did after I hung up my last live, after I hung up with you guys on our last call, I called the investigative unit phone number that the woman gave me, and I left a detailed message as I do. And then now I have to take everything and go all the way south and go to that police station. And I can be more assertive there. I could read the room. There will literally when I walked in, quite literally, no one was in there, not even the front desk person. Empty, empty. I saw the tumbleweed and everything. So I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm not really feeling the vibe here, man." And then as I was speaking with her, or she was speaking to me, I just realized I was not going to get anywhere with that. So I got what I could moving forward. And here is why I'm going live. Well, A, because I just felt like it. B, because I've said before, and maybe you guys have been on there, but on like my other lives, when I talk about how I like to respond, not react, it's like a big part of my changing of who I am over the last decade. And I will sit with shit for uncomfortably long periods of time until I feel like the motive like something is like it's time to go, and it can be, like, painful for me and everyone involved. But anyway, the night that the 50 showed up and threatened with the restraining order, I you know, I did everything I could to just, like, keep my TRs in, as someone said. And, "Oh, that's cute, I'm bleeding all over my chair. I cut my" I'm a hot it's okay, it's pleather. That's disgusting, though. Um, my leg is I'm bleeding out. That's really gross. I don't know. It's hard to come back from that. Then I kept my mouth shut. That's what I was saying. And, um, and then the next day, obviously, I wanted to, like, get up and go straight over and just with the police peoples. But I waited and waited and waited. Then today, after I was leaving the police department, click, 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 some pieces came, which I think about things, like, on the back burner a lot, so it'll come to the forefront and then go back and then come but anyway, today, like, on that drive home don't worry if you see blood, it's fine. Um, I'm like, "Hold on, wait a minute, what'd you say?" And that's when talk about processing differences, that's when some of the things the officer said clicked. And so then I was like, "Can we go back on that video?" So, the other thing is wait, hold oh, thank you, Nebraska. It's funny, I have a side note about that, but I'm gonna write a note so I don't get distracted with what I was saying because I do have something to say about that. You're picking up something I was putting out before I went live. Being here. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah, okay, got it. So, here's the other trippy thing about my world. I've never had a problem editing videos. It takes me forever and a day and 5,000 years more. But the last couple days since that incident, my whatever you call it, software has been shutting down, shutting down, shutting down every time. And I actually got quite a bit done, was really detailed. And then now it's just refusing. And I've tried all the troubleshooting. So then I realized, Kelly, don't be a human. Like, come on, get it together. Like, clearly it's not supposed to happen yet. And now we're here. So I have the video pulled up because I wondered if people would want to watch not me speak, but what they say. Because part of the like intention with creating the video and putting it out there is was hi Saul. I told you I might go live soon. um was that I was hoping other eyes and ears on it could maybe help me with the thoughts I was having before, but now, after driving home from the failed police station situation, here's what I would throw out to y'all. And obviously, I do talk to myself all day, but I haven't said all this out loud, so bear with me. But well, we can get into it. But dude said some interesting things that I'm like, hold on, how 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 is this possible? For example, when he first rolls up, he says, "We got a call from a friend, and she described you." Simmer down here. Your long brown hair, whatever he said about me. And then he said, live streaming. And as I stated after my incident with these gentlemen, I wasn't, I listened as best I could, but to be honest, it was like I wasn't retaining much because when I'm fired up, when we're fired up, we don't hear the way we normally hear. Everybody should know this by now. Um, Hi, Papa Smurf. So, so he said that, and then I thought, well, does Sam know what live streaming is? That's so who's watching? Who knows who I'm live streaming? What friend is this? And I thought y'all Scientologists, if it was a friend, I thought y'all weren't supposed to be like watching the YouTube. And how do you know what live streaming is? I thought you were in a bubble. So just whatever, things to ponder. And then he said a few other things that obviously I didn't bother writing down before I did this because I said, I'll remember, and I don't remember, which is why I'd like to kind of go over the video and see what y'all see. Yeah, see, that's how I get when I'm fucking irate, calm like a bomb. I was fired up. I've really learned. I was telling at Journey 2020, the other chick around these parts that live streams, I was saying, this is what happens when you like you're a mom and then I'm like, I went through the teenage years already. So when I'm all fired up, this is how I get. Oh, please hold. My bedtime alarm is telling me to get my life together and go to bed. Turn it off. Oops, it went away. Don't leave, people. I'm right here. Come on. Don't mind that. Anyway. All right. Yeah, great. Okay. Here's the other thing. I plugged in the phone so it wouldn't keep doing what it was doing last time. And I did connect to the router, although it's still showing shitty Wi-Fi or shitty internet. But I also only have so many ports, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, on my laptop, which are full. So now you're going to see me try to do this without my mouse, which I feel really weird doing because now I have to do it manual. Yeah, my get your shit together, get your life together alarms. I need to set an alarm to remind me to change my go to bed alarm, but I haven't done that yet. Anyway, was that it? I think that was all I wanted to say about this. I just wanted to see what if you guys caught other things. So we're not going to focus on what I said. We're going to focus on what they said. And yes, I'm anticipating needing proof and perspective and information that may be used to my benefit should anything proceed legally. Although the more I think about it, the more I'm not so sure that that's in their best interest. But let's go on. I know, Papa Smurf. Although, don't they have some sort of center, not an actual org, but a center down in Dublin, which I know is different from where you live. All right, let's do this. Wait, hold on. I have notes. Hold on. Simmer down, everyone. Oh, yeah, no, I have one thing to address before we get into this, but now you know where we're headed. We're gonna check out what they said and really dive into it because, again, who called? Oh, that was the other question I had. He said he spoke with Sam. I'm like, "Oh, cool. Tell me what her voice sounded like." That's what I wanna say. What was her voice like? And also, did you go after? Did you go check on her? Because 'Cause you're like the 3rd cop I've told that I have concerns. Did anybody go, I don't know, see her in the physical form and talk to her. These are the things I'm following up on. But first, I want to get into this. I am live and you are here, Pink. Hello. Did you set your bell to all and not personalized? Drink up, Tim. Um, Here's what I want to say. I have received very few, not a lot, but something that bothers me comments about being out there alone. And even in the chat, nobody said anything that's like unexpected. So I'm addressing something separate. But it's also where I'm gonna get a little hippie on your asses. So if you wanna see the cool video and we dive into it, you're gonna have to deal with the fucking hippie for a minute. I already said that I was gonna do the YouTubes like a year ago because I was sick and tired of the online business world, and I got to a place where I was like, "This is so against who I am. Fuck it. I'm gonna take everything I'm doing and all of this structure and websites and pages and sales and clicks and funnels and blah, 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 and put it on YouTube, and people can pay for whatever they want, however they want." And that's how I rather roll. So that's what I was gonna do. And then I also became aware of a few things within like the spiritual or personal development community. I'm recapping in case you already heard this. That was bullshit and gross. And it was all of that where I was like, now I'm gonna put all of that, like my what I want to do to help people figure out how to just like be their own fucking person, think for them fucking themselves, follow their own intuition, stop going for leaders, stop looking for gurus, stop looking elsewhere for shit, and put that on YouTube. And I'm also going to blast the fucking living hell out of these pieces of shit in the community that think they can just do whatever they want and get paid whatever they want and be abusive little fuckers. So that was my sweet hippie goal, which is coming. I've got some stories. But for right now, it was like this beautiful merging of everything, and I was like, "And the Scientologists, nobody's hitting up the org. Let's go, because fuck them too." Alright. Happy hippie times. Sweet, positive hippie. What did I used to say? I used to say, "Love and light," and also, always down for the fight, or something similar. Okay, and so, spiritual soapbox continues. I'm not done yet. I'm not going to tell people my beliefs, I mean, unless they fucking ask. And my goal originally was to help people just find their own path, even if it was a different teacher or different whatever. But the amount of times people saw info from me got to a place where I was like, hold up, you guys, like it's painful and it's annoying, but I know you can figure it out for yourself. However, I do not, and now I'm going to tell you my belief on something because that's what we're doing here. I don't subscribe to a belief system, whether it's true or not, it's a belief I've chosen to have, that I'm ever, quote, alone. Also, intuition is a very broad, vague term, but I'm so used to living like this. It wasn't until I read a recent comment that I was like, oh, yeah. It's because I don't think I am ever, I know I don't feel like I am ever alone. I do feel like I have, like, spidey sense to the max. I know I might get jumped one day. I might, it's not like, "Oh, I'll be eating my words if that happens, if somebody, hurts me." I'm still gushing blood down here. It's pooling. No, it's not. Um, but that's still I would believe, like, either I'm out of balance that day or not listening to myself, or it was just fucking meant to be or something. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, but for right now, so we all are aware, I roll solo on Earth because I don't actually feel alone ever. Okay, we good with that? So everybody just take a nice, calm, cooling breath and relax and just enjoy that A person who's been in a female body her whole life is well aware of the dangers, and she makes the choice to continue doing what she's doing, how she's doing it, and if it scares you, just zip it and watch, and if shit goes down, feel free to email me and say, "I told you so." It's fine. I'm not a loner, I'm alone, and I'm not triggered by that comment, Papa Smurf. Um, yeah, and I also oh, terribly sorry for your loss, JK. I'm not just kidding. Um, yeah, and also over the years, I used to have pretty set, firm beliefs, but the more I grew the fuck up and had experiences that were not explainable, the more I realized I don't really care to call it anything or say what it is. And I will know when I get there or I won't. So that's where we're at. Okay. All right. Hopping off the spiritual soapbox. You know what wait, okay, hold on, wait, well, hold on, wait, there's more. There's always fucking more. I also took a break from some of what I was doing because I really had to, like, call my own ass out on some stuff, and I was like, I really challenged I had to for, like, the 1900 millionth time in my life, I had to challenge my own beliefs again. And there were parts of me that was like, "Am I full of shit? Am I just saying this now?" God, simmer down. Am I just saying this now? Because it's like it becomes kinda, like, robotic after a while. And then I've had people obviously cross to the other not obviously, but as it happens on Earth, I've lost people, and I've had some experiences where it feels like very possible that I'm not crazy and there's some sort of energy or other something going on that once was in that human's body on Earth. And that was more like family. But then I've also lost friends where I'm like, hello, where are you? And so then, and then I lost my two, like, I've lost some really like my roll dog pets, literally. And when she crossed a couple years ago, my first dog, uh, I don't know, it was weird. It just like it actually I think that challenged my belief and my faith in anything or even it's not that I even had faith in it. It's just that I questioned it, right? But like that one threw me more for a loop than the humans. It was trippy. So anyway. Oh, all right. Well, that's very cool and I will look you up even though oh no, I can't. I'm going to write a note about that. JK. Just but I'm not kidding. There you go. I'm going to look you up. Thank you for sharing. Uh, cool. Oh, that's cool. Sweet. All right. So let's dive into and investigate the cops splaining. Yeah, shall we? Actually, it's not even cops splaining. It was just like, wait, what? I don't know. It was almost like some details that I think need to be documented, and I only caught a few, and I trust a few of you more. I definitely lost some people on the spiritual soapbox, right? Which is so funny to me. I'm like, we all know where we need to be in life. It's cool. But if I don't talk about that shit, then I'm just, like, lying because that's just also who I am, and, like, if I put so much fucking focus on the Scientologists, that's not healthy to me. It's not healthy for anybody. I need the balance. So I wanna attack and grow spiritually. Combo. Just do it. Combo. Alright, let's see if it will add to the stage. Puts me there? Yeah, sure. Okay, let's do it like that. Again, I have no mouse, so I'm doing this, like, with the little whatever it's called. I can do it. It's giving me the Wi-Fi signal saying I have like this, and I've asked you guys before if the quality of video looked okay, and you said yes, and then I watched it back and I was like, "Aren't you all a bunch of liars?" So, is it kinda grainy? It's bad enough StreamYard only lets me go in 720p, but if my internet's gonna be shit, then this is not. Does it look good or does it look okay and it's kinda grainy? Thank you, Papa Smurf. Yeah, and then last time I did this, but I plugged into the stupid thing. Maybe my internet's not as good as I thought it was. Or maybe it's this little converter thing. I don't know. Oh, well, let's listen with our ears because that's really what the point of all this is. And again, I'm gonna try my best to kind of speed through my constant yapping, but it's almost like become a tactic. I'm like, I will make the cops feel what it feels like to be trapped in a cult when they're talking to me. I want them to empathize with the people on the inside. You think it looks fine, pink? Alright. I might just have, higher standards. We'll find out. Alright, how do I come on, let's go. Put the mouse over the triangle, and then also sound. Let me know on sound. Alright, cool. Okay, whatever. It definitely looked weird when I played. You don't wanna play? Got 5-0, kids. Hi. Sound check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Wiki, wiki. Hi, Bob. You hear that obnoxious beeping? It's happening in my ear. How are you? You want so I guess the person's name that you're yelling for? Anybody? All right, cool. Okay, let's do this. Thank you. We're just gonna get this stuff out of the way. Yeah, yeah. Also, I take it back. I said that one they were unattractive, and then I was watching it, I was like, "They're not ugly. They're not unattractive. I'm just don't find them attractive." So in case you guys watched this or watched my live, sorry about that. You're fine-looking gentlemen. Um, all right. Did anybody catch that first one? I can't back it up very good because I'm doing this manually. Sound check 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Did he say yelling? I think he said yelling. What happens if I go over here? Okay, be aware the alarm. We're starting again. Cue the what is the Wizard of Oz music? Hi. The Sacramento Police Department. How you doing today? Good. How are you? Good. You want to? So I guess the person's name that you're yelling for. Jeez. There it is. Yelling for. Okay. Which was on video, and I went back and checked. You're right. I'm actually just using this live stream to do the work that I would do alone because that's what I'm doing. I'm taking notes. So, because if they're going to threaten a restraining order, and you pick up what I'm putting down. We need proof. Yeah. Okay.
He's like just wants to make sure, right, that you don't try to like continue to antagonize her. Sorry.
There it is. Continue to antagonize. Which also, by the way, some of these comments, I'm like, no, really, let's all put on our thinking caps here. We're just legal team, Intuitive Inquirer legal team because but I do yell sometimes. That's accurate. I just haven't really that much recently. So then I'm like, how far back are we talking? And also, the the cops have been clear. I checked with the sheriffs and the police. No reports made whatsoever with my name. So now we're just moving right on into possible restraining order with no reports made, and nobody's ever come to speak to me to say something. So these are all noteworthy notes. But and then the previous time, I didn't even know if she was in the building, but also, okay, ready? Thinking caps, take notes if you need to. Lord knows I do, Post-its everywhere. The only time I did that was way late at night. And if she was there, if she heard me, then what is she doing there at fucking 11:30 PM? So, and maybe I'm giving away my defense here. Maybe they're gonna watch it pick apart my stuff, so maybe I won't give it all away. But also, it's like, what's okay? All right, let's go. Where's the thing? Who put it in the beginning? Who did that? Who? Why? Whose fat finger? Was that what I was wearing? Is that even the right day? I don't know what's going on. There they are. Uh-oh. It's all hell's broken loose. And put in a dispatch call. Did you get? I'm gonna keep some of my cards to the chest because now I just realized I don't want to give away my whole
She's
argument.
just wants to make sure,
Yeah,
right,
here we go.
that you don't try to like continue to antagonize her. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Antagonize. Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. So she called you. Can we go where there's no monkeys?
Sure.
Never mind. Thank you. Bye. Hold on. Bye. Situation.
What's the situation?
And also, you're live for 26 whole people right now.
Awesome.
You didn't get it, right? Did it go to dispatch or was it called? Not through dispatch. The call.
So we got a call for service saying that I believe you, right, so long hair, backpack, streaming live, first name Kelly.
Adorable. Yeah.
Streaming live, first name Kelly. So who did make that call? And then also, did I just fuck it up? Okay. I'm not going to do this through the whole thing. We'll never get through it because I held them hostage for like 20 minutes again, like the other poor cop. But I think there's a lot of info in what they say, not what I say. Yeah, exactly. Well, okay, that's the thing is like, obviously I do say, hi, I'm Kelly. But again, it's like, it's the live stream that caught me, like came to me while I was driving. I'm like, I thought you guys, I never said I was live streaming. So, all right, moving on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then he says it goes through dispatch. And then he said, we got a call in for it. But I asked specifically, was it through dispatch? When I checked dispatch, which I need to go back through again, there was only like a 32-minute window from the time, not that I arrived, but I was only there for a few minutes. But then when I saw her and I said, Sam, through the window, which was less than 3 minutes of an interaction, not yelling at all. But then 32 minutes later, so there's not a lot, like there's not a big space I have to listen to. And so I didn't catch anything. The only thing I semi caught that would have fit the timeline was dispatch saying so and so Charlie so and so channel 1, call channel 1. That's all I could hear. I don't know what that relates to. And then that I'm aware of, I didn't hear him do a follow-up. But again, maybe that's later. I don't know. Okay.
Okay, and then so she was just saying that, right? You're screaming her name, and so they would just ask that.
It's on camera, so that's a bit of a stretch. Did they call dispatch and put in a dispatch call? Did you get it all through dispatch? Thank you. And when you got it, it said a woman was calling from the building.
Not from the building. It said a friend was calling.
There's nobody else.
Our friend Big Brother.
She called a friend. The friend called me. call 911.
The friend
Okay,
called.
so,
The
God,
friend.
so loud, obnoxious.
I need you guys to do more than your job right now. I need you to speak to whomever you need to speak to. This is not
Oh,
all
gosh.
you know about Scientology.
And then I go on my rant,
Bring a little more
blah, 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 blah,
Yes.
blah.
more
But also watch
about
their
this,
faces. They're like,
because they're trying to about what's happening.
but I have a reason for going on long diatribes with them, with all of
Normally I
them.
would be too, but I'm trying really hard to keep my focus. But
Yeah, then I was also realizing I had
the
to trust
laptop
them to have my
still
back,
here.
and
I
that
talked
was not good.
to
Okay.
them.
Uh-huh. 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 Keep going. Yep.
No, I'm by myself, but also people, because when they leave, they're harassed. So my goal was to let her know.
Are you with any particular group or anything like that?
No, I'm by myself all the time. I'm so independent.
Are you a family member?
She never leaves.
That I'm
Informed. So she would. They're often the.
Oh my gosh, just goes and goes and goes.
What would have you
It would
stop?
be against her.
All right.
So what's going to get you to stop coming here? Because it's against Sam's wishes. That's why.
All right, hold on. We're just gonna take a little pause here. Whoo, man, I go on tangents. I don't know Benny Hill off I mean, I've heard it, but I'm gonna have to check it again. Yeah, they could be watching on their cameras, but who's they? Because she's the only one that we suspect is in there at that time. So who's they? And remember, he's already jumping to like what's going to get you to just stop coming here completely with one side of the story, which I don't know, maybe that's how they roll with restraining orders. And I keep thinking in the context of like DV, I think that's the way for me to look at this and explain it to people, because I've heard multiple people say like, oh, they can leave. Like they're not physically being held. They can leave whenever they want. And I'm like, that's like, I just finally obviously should have thought of this much sooner, but I'm like, oh, well, at least the cops are trained in DV. They might not be trained in high control groups, but they're semi-trained in DV. So that's like saying to a person in a DV situation, like, well, why don't you just leave? So I think that's probably the route that I shall be taking, because sitting there for 972 million years trying to explain the fucking inner workings of why this is mind control and that they can leave, but they can't leave is like too much. So DV from now on, let the record show. I wonder that too, Bob. We're going to see. And then yeah, Ashley got served the next day after this. So and this is, I think I was saying a while ago, like LA and SAC.org have some similarities, but there's plenty of times where I'm like, why aren't they like, are they like not communicating with each other? But this is now like, I've had quite a few times where I'm like, I think San Francisco and Sacramento are quite in cahoots. In fact, I think some of the people I've seen there at night for their little like events that have nobody attending are from, I don't know, pure speculation station, but I wouldn't be shocked if they were from San Francisco. Especially that schmuckety schmuck that was like laughing about being investigated. Any hoodle. Cops always. What'd you say, Serenity? I'm gonna go all the way back up. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got there. Hot mess success. Ex-dispatcher. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I do appreciate your perspective. If there was a person known to have have police scanners and it was a safety issue, is the only time we were allowed to have an officer call in for dispatch call. You're in a different state. Dispatching calls for service over the phone, there's something completely wrong there. Oh, hot mess success. Would you possibly be open to just shooting me a quick email or something so I can ask you a few questions? I'm it's in my about and I always forget it, so that's why I say that. I think it's the Intuitive Inquirer at proton.me. Thank you. Oh, it's in the description. So he says that, but that's happened repeatedly where I go to get the dispatch, and so the reason I'm even bringing it up at all is because I'm if it's not going through dispatch, the question is it just like a non-emergency situation that's somehow being connected, or is it like, or are they calling somebody else? I don't know. And I haven't figured out, I have exactly like how much donations are going to SAC PD. And as kind as they might be, that's a very real reality of true fact that one needs to figure out. Not to say that the beat cops would be in on that or anything. I'm just saying who's giving the order and why am I not hearing it on the damn dispatch? That's what I'm saying. Also, the friend called and then the cop calls Sam's cell phone allegedly. And then my question is, how do you know it was her? Yeah, it's really good to have your perspective. Thank you. It would appear that someone is calling an officer. Yeah, right? I mean, it would appear that way from the outside. But again, maybe I just am like not hearing the scanner properly. I don't know. Moving on. We just got to get through me going on my little infomercial tirade. Which again, I know people are like, "Why are you like, why?" And I have reasons. And I'm not gonna get into it 'cause you'd end up having to be like them, listening to me talk about it for another 9 years.
What would have you
It would
stop?
be against her wishes
So
because
it's
she's
getting to the level
told-
of restraint or she's feeling harassed, that's why. And those are her words. Her saying that she is scared.
Can we all just take a moment though and look at the cop with the beard because he does have this like very mild amusement most of the time, and I even at the very end, and I was like rewatching it, I found that like entertaining.
Of you.
But that's what they are. I know, I get it. Yeah. Just I want you to understand this is happening. And it shouldn't take somebody like me to have to come out here and educate people. And it's frustrating that I've told like 5 freaking police officers
Kept
and
it clean.
nothing's being done about it that I'm aware of. And I've called and followed up, and I got sent to the hate crime unit. So I'm not really stoked that we're telling you these things are
Oh,
happening.
I'm sorry.
And
I was
that
reading.
This is the repercussion.
I forgot. We're not here for this
And get
again.
the education
Blah
out.
blah.
Being here, trying to call her out.
Me to stop saying her name out loud in a volume that's
Well, coming
more than
here
normal.
because that's how she feels. It's you're invading her space, being here, trying to call her out.
Okay, I will leave her out of my dialogue, but I'm not gonna not be on public property. And I've never gone past public property. And yelling, like I said, is a stretch because it's on camera. Plus, I can't yell. You please notice their religious service hours that are posted are from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Those are their working hours.
Did it?
On the weekends, it's 6 to
Oh, I
6,
lost it.
6:30 to 6. They're trying to silence
Oh, no.
protesters that come out here.
Hold on. I can't even
protesters
stop
have
it.
been out here.
Please
I've been
stop.
out here. They don't want their shit known. They don't want people knowing what's going on. Somebody told her to call.
The window.
I'm almost guaranteeing it.
All
They're
right.
watching me now. I know you're watching
Keep
us.
ranting, sister.
So
Rant
you
on.
understand, right?
I will-
She continued. They
Lord.
continued to call us, right? Because of your presence. You said yourself, right? You've also
sure
talked
they
to
would.
multiple officers.
Yeah.
All right. And right now we're at a standstill that nothing is being done between you or between her.
I-
And so
I
we're
stop.
trying to find a resolution, right? Where you, right, don't have to come here anymore.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now he's repeating the whole like we're here to mediate. Now that could be true also. Like let's say giving the benefit of the doubt that maybe they were already like, oh, for Pete's sake, maybe they were already saying like they wanted to do a restraining order and maybe the cops were like, hold on. So I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt just because I don't know one way or another. I just lost my earpiece. This is just like not. I'll be right back. Okay. That's my yoga for the week right there. All right. But I do find it frustrating that they're just so quick to jump to well, okay, maybe the benefit of the doubt is that they're like, what can we get you to do to go away? Because they're going to do this restraining order. Maybe because they don't understand the situation or that, that's something that's like just one of their tactics, whatever. Anyway, let's see. You guys are saying stuff that I'm jiving with. So I'm going to move my fat face over here. Don't do that. All right. Okay, Bob, is it a crime if someone wait, hold on. Thank you for your comment, Bob. Is it a crime if the person calling for another person from I think I'm not certain I know what you mean, but they called and gave Sam's number and the officer called Sam. I'm not totally sure that helps or even is what you meant, but thank you for your comment. I'm going to remove it, which I just did. Yeah, he doesn't. Neither one of them wanted to be there. Hi, Peter Anderson. Saying someone impersonating Sam to the police. Oh, yeah, that would be a crime. That would be a big fucking no-no. So let us all figure out who called. And the other thing is, that's why I would like to ask this gentleman or either one of them said they heard her. I would like to say, what did her voice sound like? What did she sound like? And maybe it was her, but also let's keep in mind that day I've already done enough, but that day I put notes out from her sister. I showed notes from who potentially could be her sister. That was like, whoa, hold on. They probably were like, okay, shut this bitch down. And then I talked a lot about, which I've already done, but I got a little more in depth about the Powell connection and Karen and Anthony not talking. And I gave a little more facts and dates and times. So all of those things happening at once. And I was putting the notes in the garbage where she may or may not need to go take, like these were all like probably enough like things for them to maybe call her. And God only knows what they're telling her. Like they could be telling her something. She could be scared of me. Well, let's be honest. She could be hearing the absolute most like, anti-Xenu. I'm the anti-Xenu to them. So who knows? So, or she's scared because she didn't get to finish working, or she's scared because now they're harassing her, asking her like why I'm showing up and who has she been talking to and is she trying to go? Like, who knows? And so then the part of me did want to fuck off because I don't want to get her in trouble. I don't want to put her in a position where she's going to be suffering. but at the same time having zero idea if she could hear me or if she was getting the memo. This was like my last time probably anyway, because I saw her for the first time like so close and it was calm and I was able to sort of reach out to her. She heard me, she knows, and now I can fuck off. Like I kind of like mission accomplished, you know? But up till that point, because they're trained so well to ignore and not look at us, it is hard to know if she even like heard me some of the time, or to that extent, if you're saying to somebody who's not in a mind control cult, "Hey, I'm going to try to help you, but if you don't want it, you just tell me," and then they don't tell you, you're gonna keep offering to help till somebody says, "No, thanks." And then I mean, literally, that's what's so frustrating. I know we all, like, see these things play out where it's like, God, they do it to themselves. They make things so hard on themselves, but it's like, quite literally, all that needed to happen was a, "No, thanks." And I would've fucked right on off. But again, if we think in the context of a domestic violence relationship, if my bestie McBestie friend is in a DV relationship and I'm trying to tell her like I will come pick you up, we will get you out of there we'll get get you to safety or whatever. And I'm saying to her like it's your choice, you decide, you let me know, but if at any point you want me to stop offering, I will. And she doesn't tell me like, "No, I'm happy here, I wanna stay," then I'm gonna take that, like, no answer as an answer, which is like, "Please keep coming back." So that's kinda what's been happening. Rant and rave time. Kelly goes off on her little tangents. Oh, I can't read all these so quickly, but I want to. So I think what they would do is let her use a phone. I mean, there's phones in the org, so for all we know, they called there. Oh, also, somebody brought it up. Johnny brought it up in the last chat. He's MIA. Or is he? We'll never know. That they talk about her car. So my thought is like, oh, maybe she has a car. Maybe it is that she waited. Maybe she was there till midnight waiting for me to leave. I don't know. Who knows? Or you have Osa breathing down your neck, calling you and saying, "You need to clean this up. You need to call. You need to tell them you're terrified. You need to tell them that you're not able to leave to your car. Like, you need to make sure that they don't know that you're, like, living there." Sounds like I'm making up so much crazy shit, but then, like, we all know this is all so very possible. Ow. Alright. Don't the cops usually talk to the person face to face who is feeling threatened? Right? I don't know because I was so, like, trying to stay calm and focused, I actually just turned straight over to the camera and processed and did my deep breathing and, walked the other way, so I don't know. Golly gee, like, talk about it, I wish I could do it again because I'm sitting here like, "You fucking idiot, Kelly. You didn't even tell them, like, go check on her in person right now. Like, go, I'm leaving, you do it." And then I go, up to my little perch up above and make sure it happens. Like, I didn't do any of that. But we all just do the best we can in these situations. All right, let's take a moment. I don't see how civil harassment. Oh, wait, please hold Peter Anderson. Let me just highlight that for the moment. Why would I need to get a hold of DOA? He doesn't know any fucking lawyers in Sacramento. Are you kidding? I'm at Scientology buildings. I've already looked into civil, whatever they're called, lawyers, civil rights lawyers, things like this. I appreciate the sentiment though, but And I don't know about the anti-slap either. I'm not an attorney either, but in truth, oh man, I have a file on this shit. I already printed out all the paperwork for responding to it if it happens. And I've already started working on the paperwork just in case I need it. So if they, but there's also some possibility that, if I'm crafty, listen, I'm not going to put into the universe that this is happening. I just was like, the more I thought about it, the more I thought, wait, what did you guys say? That's really what this was all about. I'm like, did you say that they know I'm live streaming? Did you say she was scared to get in a car? Like, what's happening here? And the lawyer's fees, you can apply for that when you do your counter, whatever that's called. I think my paperwork's still in the car, but anyway, yeah, so when you file to, like, object or whatever it is. I forgot the word. But when you put in all your paperwork, you can put in that you want to, you can put in to waive the fees, and you can also submit that they should cover it. It's 3, yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know who you're talking about, but you can put in to have the fees waived if you can't afford it. Not that Scientology would have to, but that's a path I could go easily. All right. Just be, say, be. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll just say that, get kicked out, and then that's the end of it. Um, Countersuit. Yeah, that works. It's different, it's different than a lawsuit or whatever. All right, let's stop listening to me ramble on and listen to me ramble on to the fucking cops. No, I'm trying to sift through my own yippee yap yap. Come on, little mousy mouse, where'd you go? I feel like there's probably something because I hadn't heard all of this yet. And so when I was in the car and I thought more about what he was saying, that's why I was like, let's all turn our ears on for this one. Mm,
Because she doesn't want you to come here. I understand, right? Hey, it's whatever you can do whatever you want as long as it doesn't pass the threshold of criminal. Okay.
Well,
However, if it gets to a point, right, where she does get the restraining order against you, are you going to continue to show up here?
well, why wouldn't that have to have justification?
The justification would be on the person who endorses it. That would be if she's brought her case, her findings, all these other times that she's called the police, right, and that you have ceased to stop. So if you have not ceased, and then that would be the judgment, right, that is placed. Like, yes, I find that her continual, like, what if she's completely stressed out right now? That your appearance, right, drives her like she can't sleep, right? And I'm not saying, I'm just saying it as an example. I'm just saying.
I know he was giving an example, and I know he was saying, like, what if me being here during the day is causing her to not be able to sleep? But that when I was driving, this is why I was like, hold on, what'd you say? Because I'm like, did you was he saying, oh, she can't sleep because I'm there? The argument could be made. The argument could be made. Yeah, and also to be honest, because I am so like trying to do so much, I'm losing track now of like the other streamers and the other things. I didn't even get to watch Natalie's morning recap this morning. And I think I got all of yesterday's finally, but all her one yesterday took me like all day, start and stop. But anyway, so I didn't realize that Boobgate was thrown out, that they didn't show up. I don't even know when that happened, but that's awesome. And yeah, that's kind of, so we'll see. But Sacramento's its own little weird beast. So it's an uncharted territory, really. Right? That's what I want to say. Did you get her license? Did you get her information? Did you find out? Does she have an address? I mean, they would lie about it anyway. And I'm sure that she was told what to say if that's what happened, which, blah, blah, blah. Really? Oh, Nance Drew. Hello. You missed a whole lot of, I mean, everybody should watch me in 2X or 3 if YouTube put in for YouTube to do 3X because I soapbox it hardcore for long times. All right, hold on. Then I have to read things. Can we all just take a moment here? This is okay. Papa Smurf. Let's decipher this code. I love that Cop Jaw on the right, Kelly. He's Loke FS. Let's go. Is this like hip kid lingo that I just don't I don't get? Please restate, sir. Please, for the record. I have to decode that like later because I'm not getting it fast enough. First Amendment is a reason I've seen for RO not getting issued. Yeah. Right. Listen, again, I don't need to give away everything going on in my brain here, but yeah, never mind. That's a valid point, Johnny. We'll see. Nance, have you been up in this action before? If you're still here, there you are. It wasn't thrown out completely. Oh, I went through. Hold on, wait. I can do it. I'm learning. I know you're 44. I knew you were similar. Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah. Oh, Nance. When did that happen? Because now have to go find your stuff. And if you help guide me there with more focus, it'll probably happen. You have 160 days to wait till it's out completely and he can refile. Oh, I shall light a candle that has the intentions that he fucks right off for you. Just light it and let it burn for 160 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Totally clueless. Well, I'm glad to hear that though. Aw, I wish I could see your face right now. Power to the boobs. I did say that if ever that happened to me, I would just like die a happy woman because like that would make me so happy that somebody would just say that about me. Yeah, there's something. It's something. Again, though, benefit of the doubt, there's always like multiple things. So what if Scientology was like, no, you put it, we're gonna do it, and the cops were like, let's go try to talk to her. Because the way that he's like very insistent about like what's it gonna take for you to leave and not come back. I actually don't believe he's like, because I am working for these people. I just think he's more just, or maybe it's also like, please, for the love of God, because we don't want to have to keep coming back here. All right. Onward we march somewhere. I lost the damn thing again, you guys. I just can't. I need my real mouse. All right.
Saying as an example, right, that is because your presence is threatening her peace. And so that's why I'm asking, what will it take for you to leave before it gets to that point where you are served with a restraining order? Where on site, if you show up here, you will be arrested.
If I'm served with a restraining order and I don't have anything, first of all, you're the first person to say she called for me. No, I've never even had that happen. So for that to just go straight to a restraining order, I would end up needing to make an argument in court that that's BS.
Okay.
First of all. The last cops that showed up, I flagged them down myself to ask them what we can do about these fake religious service hours. They left saying,
Guy on right.
How am I supposed to know?
Please,
and how
somebody.
would I possibly get a restraining order if you're
Order.
Right now.
This is why people think
but
I'm
I
from the
already told
Midwest.
you to come tell me this
Do-
person is saying that she doesn't like this behavior and give me a chance to say, I'll
Well,
stop.
that's where it starts right now, right?
But I already
today.
told you I would stop
Today.
bringing her, I would stop speaking to her through a window.
But it's also
putting
your
up a sign.
presence on the public side. That's why I'm asking, is there some sort of resolution, right, where you
Okay, write it down. Where's the post-it notes? There it is. I love it. This is good. So, is there a resolution? Yeah, I will stop engaging with her. I will stop trying to get her attention. I will stop speaking her name. I will stop. He says, okay, but actually the resolution is you need to stop being on public property around here. She's threatened by that. That's the he's so when he's asking repeatedly what's the resolution, he keeps telling me what that resolution is. And practicing free speech but not mentioning her. Well, you're hearing it, Bob. That's that's the argument being made. Again, this is a cop, not a lawyer, and also he doesn't get to say whether a restraining order is signed and invoked or whatever. So, grain of salt. But these are the things also that I'm like, no, we need to look at this because again, this is turning into a situation where also I'm like, hey, people that want to go out and film, like whatever I can do to kind of like in my own weird way make it where I'm showing you the process that I'm going through. If it helps you, great. Go do it. Great. If you have like anxiety or fears around it, like let's figure out what those are and let's address it because this kind of shit, like it's overwhelming for even like auditors, I think would probably like I mean, you have to get better at it over time. You get better at talking to them and calling, like catching things. And it's not the guy, it's not the cop that I'm like sitting here saying, he said this, he said that. It's the training. This is how they're trained. So it's not him that's necessarily what we need to be aware of. It's the training. I'm just going to say that again. When there's tax exemption, when there's tax exemption status, exempt status, you have a First Amendment right is when there will be. Can I get an amen? Right? Yeah. Until the real resolution happens, we're just like wading through the mud here. And Johnny brings up a good point. These two dudes have guns, which I'm not like a gun toting American. So I'm not around people with guns. I maybe there were some situations in a different neighborhood when I was younger, but like actually it scared the shit out of me. So and I mean whatever, shotguns or things like that in the hills is a different story, but these guys have handguns in the city. No thank you. Like although these guys didn't their guns didn't seem to scare me as much. I might be getting less scared fearful of the cops with guns, but it does it's let's be honest, that's not fun.
you would stop coming here?
No.
Okay. That's what
I mean, respectfully.
Okay.
No, are you kidding? Like that's what they want. And
Okay, Cal.
normal person company just
That might be about it.
Just
come
different
out
shifts,
to
different
talk
days.
to
I
you,
want it
you're
in
not
hand.
getting. I don't
know.
believe. I think. And she's not telling me that, and now you're telling me someone else called, and she's being
because she does not want to
You're
engage.
not getting. I don't believe. I think you're getting me right.
She
now.
does not
She's
want
saying
to
that she doesn't want
engage.
to.
I get it.
The
I
only
will
reason
leave
why
her
we
out of
keep
my
coming
mouth.
out here to talk to you, right? And it's because
No,
different
nobody's come
shifts,
out to
different
talk
days.
to me.
You just said optimal.
So I get it. It might have been a misunderstanding, but when he says the reason we keep coming back here to talk to you, maybe it's because he misunderstood me, but that's again why I was at the police station, because I'm like, how many fucking calls have been made? And is my name in the system somewhere? And are there any reports? Anyway.
Multiple officers have talked to you.
Yeah, no, I've talked to
Okay.
multiple
Afraid.
Yes,
And
that she would.
but she sounded afraid of you. She was saying that you were yelling her name out loud. She didn't want to come back. She didn't want to go to her car.
I know.
because
Stop.
you were down
Stop.
here, right?
Okay, so now he's saying that he overheard the conversation. She's saying she doesn't want to come back and she doesn't want to go to her car. So again, the question is that true? And if so, like, what the hell are they telling you about me? And also, because all the others come and go right past me. And I've called them out by name before, maybe not to the extent as my need to save Sam, but what are they telling her? And also, are they telling her to say that she's, needing to come and go and that she, is scared to come back and leave? These are the questions I have. These are the ponderings I ponder.
Now, like I said, I don't know the history between you two,
It's not.
but I mean, just I don't know what's going on in there, right? And
No, you
I
don't.
I
You
don't.
don't.
But
But it's
At
your
the end of-
job to find out.
at the end of the day,
Because
that's
I'm telling you, somebody's in
I
there
know.
possibly against your will.
and
Okay, that was
we'll
a stretch
talk
too,
to her
against
again,
her
okay?
will.
Scared
It's
because
not
they
against her will if
terrify
it's
me. Tell them you're the
programming,
enemy.
right?
So,
You're the
so
enemy.
we'll talk to her again. Just make sure she's okay, all right? But at the end of the day, it's her decision. She has her freedom to practice any. We'll talk to her again. Just make sure she's okay, all right? But
You would be scared because they terrify them. They
Okay.
tell them we're the enemy.
so
You're the enemy.
so we'll talk to her again. Just make sure she's okay, all right? But
We'll talk to her. He said it. I thought so. We'll talk to her. Make sure she's okay. Again, though, they're not trained for this shit. So it's like talking to somebody with freaking Stockholm syndrome. You cool? You good? You gonna stay here? Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, they're fine. I know he doesn't want to be there, Papa Smurf. Could you imagine having to hear me lecture you? I'm literally sitting there schooling them like they're children. And they're at the Scientology building. Newsflash, Sacramento, nobody likes it. Nobody wants to be around there. People walk by, nobody goes in. It is a very aware place. Even the sheriffs, there was a couple sheriffs I talked to today, and I said, I've been at the Scientology building, and their faces were just like, yeah, so, oh, it's kind of therapeutic. Anyway, you may know her name. They have yours with facial recognition, dead agent pack on each of us. Oh, yeah, I know. But the thing is also, I'm like, okay, so I did a little mini bit as a training specialist for a couple years. And if I need to put a little training together and go explain this to the cops, bring my friendly local ex-Sciento friend Liz with me. I will first ask her if she wants to do that, and then I will take my training and my slides, and I will PowerPoint through that shit and let them know it's cracking. All right, but anyway, so I did want to make sure they said that. So they did say they would check on her, so follow up. Okay, can we just like,
at the end of the day, it's her decision. She
No.
has
and that's their perspective. At the end of the day, it's her decision. She's got, the other cop said that to me too, that female. She said, but she can leave whenever she wants, right? And it's like, this is what we're up against when we're dealing with stuff like this. I know everybody knows this, but I'm going through the motions as I'm faced with it. And then whatever the fuck bullshit. Oh yeah, and then he says she can practice whatever religion she wants. I'm like, oh my goddess. So tired of this fucking fake narrative.
It's not about her religion.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
10 minutes.
Then I go ranty
Let her get a
McRanty
lot of
face.
money.
Blah blah blah.
And if I'm being still for
Oh
something,
no, then he spews some
order,
shit.
Yes.
Here we go.
of me. And if I continue to just
Bullshit. Watch this shit. Maybe he
are
misunderstood.
you trying to tell me that if I'm being told one time that she's fearful of me, and if I continue to just walk around, live stream, and educate the people that she would have grounds still for a restraining order?
Yes. It's because this is a restraining order that she's applying for.
Yes.
And it's towards you.
No, no,
And
sir.
I'd be able
No, she wouldn't have grounds for one. She'd have grounds to apply for one. But the fear tactic is lovely. Thank you so much.
to ask for proof in court or something.
Well, that would be if the restraining order is approved. So you'd be given a copy and be told, right? You need to stay away.
And I didn't catch it here because I've like tuned it out again. I'm like, focus, Kelly. I'm like, I can't. It's so much bullshit. Maybe he says it later, but at one point, I swear I heard him say something about like, no, we would have to arrest you. Oh yeah, he was just assuming. He was saying, oh, if you're still here, we'd arrest you. And that's what threw me off. I'm like, what? Or we'd have to whatever, take you down to whatever shit he said. But then I think he was thinking if I got served and then stayed, but that was a weird thing for him to assume. Like, why? Okay. Anyway, he jumped right there. And that's why I was like, hold on, what are you talking about? There's a lot of miscommunication.
That's 100 yards away from where she works or lives.
And
Or even
and
in
that could be
general,
approved
wherever she's
without
at.
proof or without getting both sides,
You
or
would
would
be-
both sides be factored before making a decision?
Nope, it would just be her side.
Until for how long?
It's
Wouldn't I-
dependent, it's dependent on who approves of the restraining order.
who would
Because that person, that would be up
what
to
job
Sam.
title?
And sometimes it's a magistrate, sometimes it's a judge.
Got it. I mean, I think I know all this, but I'm getting like secondhand. All right, can I please pull out a piece of paper from my backpack?
What is the piece of paper?
It's an information leaflet.
You're
Back.
scared. Yeah, you're good.
Oh,
No, you
I
guys
felt
are the ones that say you're scared.
Oh, I'm not. No,
Scared for your life. Bang, bang.
no, we're just
All
here
right.
trying to mediate this, okay?
So
there was a time where I wouldn't have been so feisty, but I felt pretty okay saying that at that moment. And I'm just going to take a moment and say, I'm glad I said that out loud.
are you going to take it or not?
All right.
You can,
Blah, blah, blah. Then I inform them with leaflets, blah, blah, blah. Are we done here? Are they done?
they
They're dying. They want to go
they
so
have a
bad.
paper off and it's dyslexia.
Then I got there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's only because she.
Here we go.
And yeah, so
All right,
are you
well,
gonna have to come? If
we'll-
I
we'll let
stay,
you
you're
be,
gonna
okay?
come back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's only because she's still feeling like you're invading her space.
That's not true. If I stay, you're going to come back. Yeah. That's not true. First of all, I stayed for a few more minutes. But also that's assuming that she was going to call back again. Why would he say that? Why? These are the questions. Why? Why do you want to get rid of me? I mean, I think we all know why they don't want to come back, but that's not cool, man. You could say like, yeah, if she pursues it, or yeah, if she calls back, but just to say straight up like fear, 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 I'm going to scare you into submission. It's pretty annoying.
Even if it's in the public, right? We still because people call 911. We still have to.
Yeah, we know. Anyway, again, this is their training. It's not them. I'm going to say that over and over again because that's truly how I feel. Yeah, then they tried to get my ID, but I have to say again, respect a little bit on that front. They didn't like push it. They were, you know, I politely declined and said I didn't have it, but also would have declined, and they just dropped it. So they are at least aware of rights. Anyway, that was so much. I'm done. I really don't like having to hear myself speak again, although you'd think that's, like, not the case since I'm sitting here talking again, which is why we're gonna do a chat with the chatters, so I can hear other people's voices. Because talking to a spot on a phone is weird. I have to assign weird voices for everyone. I have to give everybody their own little voice. Everyone's got their voice in the chat in my head. Bob, I already know your voice, but you still have your own special voice in my head. And then for anybody that cares, because again, I don't know if I'm gonna get this video edited. I'm having some, I don't know, the universe is like stalling me on it. I did stay for not long, but a little bit and talked on the camera, and then we went on a little walkabout downtown. Um, Caught another guy getting apprehended by the police. Uh, and then looped around to the other side. And by the time we got to the looped around to the back part of the building, the curtains were back up, the lights were on, she had finished cleaning. So as suspected, she she needed to finish her work that night. But anyway, I didn't give you a leprechaun voice, actually, Papa Smurf. That I never did that. Um, Totally not your dialect either at all, but for some reason, I think I keep giving you more like that because I watch that show Shetland, and I keep giving you like a weird Shetland Scottish voice. Sorry, it's happening. Hi, retired Red. Oh, cool. Hello, neighbor. Let's go back to my notes real quick so I don't forget. I keep very good, organized notes, as you're all aware. Oh, I think I covered it all in my multiple soapboxes tonight. I guess that's it. You're live on Danny's channel now? Oh, now and again. Oh, really? Oh, fun. I can give all of you whatever voice you want. I guess that's it. That was a long, excruciatingly painful trip down memory lane. 25 people lurking and watching. I challenge those that haven't commented to put a little something in the chitty chat box just for the fun of it. Double dog, triple dog dare you. Oh, I hope I can say this. Please tune in to Natalie's channel tomorrow at Hi Joy, thank you very much. The call was answered. um Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh yeah, Osa never comments. I think it's fucking rude. You should at least say something. And you better be subscribed, Osa, and do the algorithm activation button. Yeah, you know what? The patience with them is also like a survival strategy. But it's also a little bit for this, like, hold on, let me go nice and obnoxiously slow so that later on I can like revisit it. And this is all very like intentional when we're out there and doing this, and especially because I am out there rolling solo, I have to like I just take things different, you know. But if I was just like on the side of the road and some shit was going down, I would probably handle it very different, use different language, a little more colorful even. Not to say that I've ever done that before. Um Oh, I hope I can say this. Please watch Natalie's channel tomorrow at noon. I hear it's gonna be, poppin'. In theory, allegedly, supposedly. That's all. Oh, and also, you know what else I'm gonna do? Saul Goodman, YT on the YT, and I hope I'm not outing people. I hope it's okay. They're gonna be well, I'm gonna just say him for now because I didn't even get clearance, but I feel like he'll be okay with it. But they're gonna be at the SAC Not Ideal org tomorrow around noon, also at noon, and then I hope to join up with them later. But anyway, yeah, you know what my mom taught me? I never knew why, but she taught me when I was learning to drive. She'd say, like, when we'd be in the car, and she'd be like, if they're coming this way, you go that way. Or if they go left, you go right. She- like, that's how I was taught to drive. Something's on the DL. Oh shit. Did I screw something up? Sorry. What did I do? Fuck. Live streaming. Well, I'll just abort mission and the stream there. Sorry. Do I have a black shirt? It's okay. It's out there. What's out? Oh shit. I don't know what I did. Well, damn. I actually don't know. God, I hope you're messing with me, but I don't know. I can't. Oh, lordy. No, I don't have the well, I have it. It's old. I have the email right now. Please feel free to email me and tell me what the fuck I just did wrong because I didn't mean to and that was not intentional. Oh Lord. Okay, I'm sorry. If I said something I shouldn't have said. On that lovely, not embarrassing at all note, I'm going to wrap this up. We're going to do a chat with the chatters at some point in the very near future, and I hope you all have a good. Oh, and get your Scientology Can Suck It shirts. Available now in my link tree description thingy. Please email me, Nance, and I do apologize if I said something fucked up. Have wonderful evenings, y'all. Peace, love, hope, dope, and all the things.